Hello friends, welcome to Dr. Vet channel. I am Dr. P.R. Patel, Professor and Head, Veterinary Medicine. We have already seen the toxocariasis in dog, part 1 and 2. Here we will see clinical findings, diagnosis and treatment aspect of a very important disease from all points of view. We have already seen the life cycle and pathogenesis. So to understand the clinical science is very easy. As a general rule, when the load of parasite is less, the symptoms are very mild. Load of parasite is more, the signs are severe. This applies to most of the parasite and even bacteria and virus also. So here the low number of Toxocara canis, it will not cause a very serious disease, very mild cause. And there is no any visible illness in adult dogs. But the symptoms are severe in puppies, especially less than 6 months. And puppy manifest mortality symptoms in early life. The migrating larva cause an allergic condition and it produces a important sign eosinophilic pneumonia. It is also called verminous pneumonia because this is parasite causing pneumonia. And all signs of pneumonia are observed, such as coughing, increased respiration rate through the nasal discharge, sometimes dyspnea, and other abnormalities. Continue the clinical signs. Adult worm in the intestine. It causes great irritation to the intestinal wall and it utilizes the nutrients of the dog. Because of the irritation, there is a vomiting and mucoid enteritis. So diarrhea is observed with plenty of mucus or constipation is observed. Sometimes the worms may be vomited out and if you examine the vomitus may contain parasite. The worms are also frequently or sometimes voided in feces. Gross examination of the finished feces may show worm. Because of the hypoproteinemia, there is ascites, accumulation of fluid in peritoneal cavity, and animal looks like a pot-bellied. That abdomen is very large, enlarged, and water-filled abdomen. Because there is water, the water has a tendency to gravitate down. So there will be hollowness in the flank, and the abdomen is enlarged, especially on the ventral part, pot-bellied. The belly is just like a pot. There may be fatty liver and symptoms of liver disorder. Sometimes the abdomen is tucked up, tightness and tenderness of the abdomen because of the lack of nutrients utilization by the parasites. The hair coat become rough. Continuation of the clinical signs. If the infestation is heavy, it causes anemia, paleness of mucous membrane, and faster respiration. Because of the utilization of nutrients by the parasite, there is lack of growth. The puppy shows stunted growth. There is emaciation, loss of condition. The weight of puppies are not fully, but it is underweight and emaciation. You know that the larva L2 migrate in all organs of the body, all parts of the body, all tissue of the body. So wherever this larva invade an organ, it produces a symptom of disorder of that organ. Larva migration in central nervous system produce nervous symptoms, excitation, depression, paresis or paralysis, depending upon the site involved. Sometimes death due to intestinal obstruction. You know, these worms are quite large. So a group of adult parasite also causes intestinal obstruction. And the most fatalities occur during the pulmonary phase, that is allergic pneumonia or verminous pneumonia. Mortality in pup: when the pup get parasite during the fetal stage and they are heavy infected, these pups may die within few days of the birth. Diagnosis: it is very easy based on history and clinical science. It is not a characteristic science, but examination of feces, demonstration of egg on direct smear. Plenty of eggs are seen and they are typical. The eggs are spherical and there is a pitted celled eggs. There are pits. The cell of the eggs is thick and it is pitted. This is the characteristic. So there are no any chance of misdiagnosis. Treatment: broad spectrum anthelmintics are highly effective. There are large numbers here. Effective drugs are mentioned here: piperazine, diethylcarbamazine, dichlorvos, trichlorophane, pyrantel palmoate, nitroscanate, mebendazole, fenbendazole, and many more. There are new development of the newer drugs which are more efficacious. We have seen that treatment is effective and the life cycle is complex, not complicated. Most of the tissues of the body are involved and stages of life is also involved, especially pregnancy, fetus, and pups. Pups are more sensitive. So there are different treatment paths for different stage of the life. Detail about this we will see in the next videos. So treatment path during puppy stage, treatment for the pregnant bitches, treatment for the lactating bitches, dogs with increased risk of infection require different treatment. Certain professional dogs and dogs sharing the homes with young children or immunocompromised individual. This all stages of life and all purpose of the dog has a different prophylactic schedule. The detail about this schedule we will see in the next slide. Friend, share this important information to veterinary friends and veterinary students. request you to subscribe this video. Thank you very much for observing this video.